All right, shop powering on. Everybody's working on the weekends. This is overtime weekend, guys. Hello, everybody. Good day to you. Welcome back to the overflow video on my shop here today. We got Justin in here on a Sunday. He's down under this Mercury. Justin, say hi. We see you down there. He's down here trying to dig this engine out of his Mercury Brougham Grand Marquis. Found out during a cam swap it has broken camshaft bearings, so it's full rebuild time on this guy. Anthony, the bearded Ford technician, he's here from North Carolina this weekend to help us out. He's in the office right now getting ready to rock and roll. We're gonna hit this Chevy Silverado pretty hard today. There's a lot of work going on this one. We started yesterday and pulled the front end apart on it. We've got tie rods coming out. We have upper control arms that came out of it. We're also pulling the transmission out of it right now so we can reseal up this oil leak back here coming from the rear main seal. There's another one, see all that oil there? Another oil leak coming from the front main. And then we found some other really cool stuff while we're in here.
Big fuel filter.
Yeah, check out this rigmarole. Let me get a light. Engage surface of the sun mode. There we go. Customer had complained of a fuel smell while driving, and I think we found it. See, we found some fuel right here, and we found our fuel pressure line right up here, and someone has cut into this fuel line, slipped over some rubber hoses with some like worm drive clamp things or whatever, and then installed these little filter things. I'm not sure why they would have done that, but they did it, and we need to undo that. So we probably have to pull the tank down, because if you see this line right here runs back behind that fuel tank, and then up on top the fuel tank somewhere probably connects to the pump itself. So this tank's got to come down. Since the transmission's coming out, that means the drive shaft's coming out, cross member, this one up here has got to come out. Everything's coming out. So like I said, we're working overtime to get some of this stuff done. Let's get after it, I think. Stay tuned. This is going to be a very long video, but it's going to be good. You ready to rock and roll, bro? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. You look tired. I'm tired. He drove really far to get here. That's okay. We're going to make the drive shorter in the future. So Anthony's under there taking a peek, or putting in some work on the exhaust so we can dig that transmission out. We're trying to be able to utilize our efforts as efficiently as possible. So while he's working on the trans, I'm going to work on the fuel tank so we can change out these lines. Now, I had to end up going with an aftermarket line. It's a Dorman for a win type of situation, because they produce these flexible fuel lines for the high pressure fuel system. As we saw, the factory GM line was cut in half and ruined, and finding factory molded lines like fuel lines or coolant lines or brake lines even, that's very hard to do. It's even harder to install them. So we're just going to upgrade the whole deal with some braided steel, stainless steel lines. Again, these are from Dorman. I believe this specific kit was is part numbered just for the Silverados. I don't know if they make other parts for any of the other platforms that exist out there in the ether, but I do know that Dorman's got like 90,000 part numbers. So if you want one of these for the Silverados, double check the 819er-810 part number. That's for these particular trucks right here, the GMT 900 crew cabs. So what I'm going to do here is fetch the transmission jack, and hopefully I can get this fuel tank out before Anthony is ready to remove that transmission. So let's run this thing up. Need to grab a 15 mil and pull this heat shield off of the tank, and then we can start to unbolt the straps that hold the tank to the chassis. Moving on up, entering stage 2, dual stage hydraulics. That's cool stuff. So the shield here should just be held on with the 2 bolts, and then it clips on the other side. There. We barely missed the plastic with the piece of wood there holding it up. And don't re-out on me for the safety of the wood. It's not going to split in half and fall. It's flat, and this is pretty safe. I know we're not supposed to do that, but when things like running boards are in play, you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, let's get this. Oh, another bolt. You got me. There's a hidden one. Here she comes. No, 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 no. Okay. Yep, see on the other side here, it just kind of clipped in to that heat shield through those little holes. So now, go ahead and let her down. Dunzo. Okay, so what I'll do here is run these little ears past the tank so it can't slide off this this jack. We'll run this ear up, doing the same thing. That's gonna cradle the tank a little bit. Bring it up, make contact here, and we can adjust the level of the plate here and here. Now that this thing is in position to take the weight of the tank, we can unbolt the straps here and here and start to nudge this thing down. So I think what I'm going to do here, instead of just trying to take this tank all the way down, I'm going to loosen it and lower it just enough where I can try to reach up there and get a hold of the fuel line, because the prize here is the fuel line. It's not really so much the tank or the pump. So if I can let this down enough to reach it, I'll just reach above there and get a hold of the fitting to release the line, and maybe just dig the line out from the frame rail. I'm not exactly certain how I want to do it, so we're just going to do this as fluidly as we can so we can do it as efficiently as possible. In other words, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm just doing it. There we go. This other little guy, that's the one towards the front right here. Let's get that one removed. Yeah, turn. Yeah, that one can come out all the way. So effectively, if I let this down, this tank should kind of hinge downward, right? And it stopped. There we go. Okay, over here. Yeah, it's coming down now. Let's see. So this line, that's our top one. That runs back through that little clip and it goes up. So that means the one I'm looking for might be, yeah, there it is. It's this one right here. So if I follow that one, all I need to do is get a hold of this connector here. We'll detach it here and then unclip it around there. All right, I'll try that. I'm going to remove this vapor canister too. I think it's in my way a lot, and my life will be easier if it's gone. Let's take it out of here. That's not a factory repair, that hose. What are you doing? No, I just took that off. Get out of here. Get. Bad. You know, I used to do that kind of stuff to people. They'd walk away and I would put the part that they just took off back on their car.
I would wait for the guys to do tires and go to the tire machine, cut the tire off, and then I take the rim and bolt it back to the car.
Oh, just bolt four wheels back on the side of the car? Yeah. The things you do for entertainment.
I would also take black electrical tape and put it over the rear parking sensors. Or the backup sensor.
Oh, so it would be beep, 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 and freak out. Yeah. Tape over the sensors. I like that one. All right, there's our canister. That's the emissions vapor canister. You know, this thing had an evap system leak code in it too. I wonder if that right there has something to do with it. Anyway, yeah, look, we got a winner. There's our line right there. So I can leave the tank. I can leave the tank in. We don't have to take the tank out. I can get this guy disconnected right here. Can you guys see? Not really. There, now you can see. Push this guy up. I shouldn't be fuel sprayed because theoretically there should be no pressure here, right? Because
I haven't started it today.
we haven't started it and those fittings are leaking, so this should just kind of come off. Ah, there we go. Good job, Ray. No fuel spray today. Just some little leakages. All right, that's cool. So that means we just need to unclip this guy right here, and then the front side of it, we'll start dealing with that when we get this transmission out. So yeah, I'll go back and pull the drive shaft. How's that?
Works.
Sweet. Yeah, that's gotta go. All right. Well, we can leave. Here's what I'll do. Let me run this thing back up and we'll bolt this back on because we need the transmission jack for over there. So I'll get this. I'll give this thing back to you and then I'll pull the drive shaft. 11 millimeters for these U-joint bolts right here. I've clicked the transmission into neutral. Did I just find bad U-joints? Hang on. Check it out. It moved weird when I touched it with the pry bar. I'll check it when I take them out. Anyway, pry bars to hold it, the 11s to turn the bolt. These are easier than most. There we go. Ooh, greasable U-joint. You see that? Didn't expect to find that in here. I said pry bar. Here. If you're tinkering with that cross member, yeah, pry bar it out. It'll fall right out. It's not rusted in. See, that's something A-Rod wouldn't know about when you want to take off like cross members and body mounts and brake calipers and wheel bearings and tires, tie rod ends, oil drain plugs, transmission pans, cooler lines, let's see, brake lines, license plate bolts, and light bulbs.
Anything under the truck.
Anything on a vehicle, he's got to go through rust. Not us though. Yeah, hint, hint, A-Rod. So anyway, we now employ the use of curvy angular pry bar, just because Anthony's using my other one. This is the next one I grabbed. We'll get behind that U-joint, just kind of pop it out. And we must take care to keep the caps accounted for on these U-joints right here. See, let me show you. Do you see all the little needle bearings inside of there? All those little bearings? If they fall out or fall down and get caught at the bottom of this cup, then we can't reassemble this thing, and that could be bad. And these bearings feel good, by the way. All right, shaft extraction beginning. Hope we don't splooge on the floor. If we do, I'll clean it up. Uh-oh, yeah, now we got a leaker. Get rid of that. There. Trying again. Here it goes. Oh, I still got it on the floor.
I should call her.
That's bad. Okay, so we got the cross member pulled, so now it's about time to dig this exhaust out of here, right? You ready?
Yep.
Here, I'll help you out. You hold your side. You need to go. Where you want to go? Wherever we can get up. It doesn't. There we go. Come down. Yeah, head back. You're trying to get that unlocked? Here, I'll help you.
I just have to turn this.
Tink, it went over there. Here, grab that heat shield. Take my bolt with you. There you go. Now you can get that unlocked. That's gonna be way more easier. You have successfully disconnected the bulkhead connector. Here, can we let this come down a wee little bit? I'll get that bolt for you right there. You're gonna get spilled on.
Gonna run right down my arm too.
Yeah. I can't get that one. Sorry, man. You're on your own. No. I'm gonna go back to the starter. I gotta get that guy out. And we've, sorry, can't help you. We have successfully already disconnected the battery as well, folks. So have no fear. Get that little shield out. Okay, the starter has to come out to get that guy to come out. So here, let's break him loose with a 13. Ah, no unclick. You know, we haven't drained the oil out of this engine yet. We plan on taking the oil pan off, but we didn't do step one. Oops. There's one of them. It's all lubricated with petroleum. Can stay because that is the fuel line. Okay, so this starter, we can go ahead and drop this guy down, I think. Yeah, stuck. I just got stuck.
Starter?
Yeah, I just got stuck.
What you gotta do?
I don't know. I thought I knew what I was doing. And I found out that I don't. There we go. I'm just winging it. Fake it till you make it, you know? That's what they say.
Probably the worst advice ever.
Uh-oh.
There's your vent.
There's a connector that I can't unconnector. Here, we'll go in there with a little tool to help us release the tab.
All my stuff is done.
You're done?
I got the harness. It's still hanging on the fuel line. I took the fuel line bracket off.
Oh, cool. All right.
And then the cable's off. The only thing is the transmission line on the side there.
Okay.
And then that bracket right there for it.
Let's get this power cable disconnected.
That's why I set that light there.
Thank you for setting that there.
I knew that was gonna fall.
Of course it was gonna fall. It's one of my magnet lights. That's all they do is fall. They don't do anything else besides fall. It's just the way. Because the laws of gravity cease to function here in my facility. Good thing I took that battery cable off. Okay. Okay. 24mm socket up on the front of the crankshaft. We're gonna rotate the engine around until we locate the torque converter bolts right there. All right, 15 coming in on a wobble bit. Unclickage. There we go. They wanted to turn the crank, they always do. I think there's only 3 in this engine, I think. Anthony's on the crank. Go ahead and give it us a turn, sir. Yep, keep going. Don't punch me in the face. He's close to, like he's pushing on the ratchet by my face. A little bit more. Give me 10 degrees. Stop. Nope. Stop right there. You're a hair past it. Can you go back the other way? Like 2 degrees? A little more, there you go. Reverse ratchet and hold it there. All right, torque coming in. You know how hard it is to do that by yourself?
Yep.
Swing 2 ratchets.
Been there many times.
Yep. Swing 2 opposing direction ratchets. Yeah, that can it causes internal stresses on the human fatigue.
On it, doesn't it?
I think it's just 3.
Triangle.
Yeah. Back in the day, on engines that had 200 horsepower, they were bolting these torque converters on with 6 bolts. And now we're up to like 400 horsepower from the door, and they're down to 3 bolts. Turn it again. Go ahead. I guess I had to save some gas money by using less bolts.
Weight savings.
It's weight savings. Less rotating mass. You know, those tenths of a gram really matter. Yeah, look, there's no bolt. Keep going. I see one. Keep going. Hold right there. Reverse ratchet.
Ow.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's over here hanging onto the crank.
Ready?
I am red eye, sir. Unclick. Applying torquage.
Don't punch me.
Ooh, that one's not one to go. Uh-oh. I think I slipped that one, man. Yeah, that one slipped. Got it.
Like when I broke the tie rod loose yesterday?
Yep.
Ow.
You're like, don't punch me. I think I choked when you said that, and that's why I moved and it slipped out. That's the last one, and torque converter is turning all by its lonesome self. So we are free. It's mechanically disconnected from the crankshaft. Let's get out of this hole. All right, boys, we're on the back side here. About to maneuver this transmission out. It's unbolted from the bell housing. We didn't record that part, we just hammered through it. So I'm coming in, got a pry bar to get them separated a little bit, and we're just gonna guide this back.
And I got this line over here that's
You got that line in the way? Yeah, we just need to, hang on, let me let it down. Give that tail shaft some wiggle so we can break it free from the dowel pins.
It's free on this side.
This side's not. I need a longer pry bar. Where's that long one at? I can't reach this one properly. I guess I gotta get the big one.
The BFPB.
No, it's not the total biggest one. This is the biggest one I have, but there are bigger ones out there. But I try to not compete outside of my class. Did I miss a bolt or something? This side's kind of looks pretty glued in. No, I don't think so. We can go down some. We got a weird angle going here too. I think it's just corroded on the dowel.
Oh,
There it is. She's free. She's free. Hold up. Okay. So see the dowel up there. It's free from the engine mostly, except for some little tidbits like random brackets and whatnot. I'm gonna let it come down some. Don't let it bath you out of that tail shaft. We might need to pull out this this sway bar here. Okay, coming down a little more. Let's push it back if you can.
Oh, sorry.
Here, you're good. Didn't hurt me none. And more down.
Yeah, come down. Come down. I got the ear. Oh. All right, come back.
Hang on, wait. Transmission dipstick's still in the hole. The tube's out, but the stick is still in there. I do that every time. Gotta learn to pull the sticks. How's all the linkage on your side? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Yepper. All right, let's pull the flywheel and get that rear crank seal done. We still need to drain the oil out of this. One day.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get around to it. No big deal. Yeah, look at that. 3 bolts on the torque converter. No bueno. So, quick tech tip. If nobody comes up and starts touching your stuff and spinning this in circles, it'll be a lot easier to put it back in later on. Just don't touch other people's work. Here, just for fun, let's see if a 1/4-inch driver will take this off. No, fun's over. Here, try again with an actual tool. That was easy. Put that one back in the hole right there. That way the thing can't fall off. Let's see what we got here. Ding. There's a leaker. There's a leaker. Some oil up here. There's some oil right up there. That's a leaker. So the gasket behind this is usually the culprit for rear seal leaks. It's not so much that seal. most of the time. Okay, let's finally do this oil change now. It's taken us like 2 hours to get here. Hey, look, dipstick tube. Thanks, boss. It just jumped out and bit me. And something bit me. It was an oil dipstick tube. There we go. How's that oil looking? It doesn't look as good as that Amsoil filter.
It does not.
Nope. Okay. All right, so let's get the oil pan out next. That's what we're going after. So it's going to be oil pan, filter, trim, or oil cooler line gasket. And yep, we're moving back to front, and we'll pull the rear cover off as well. Okay, let's start taking out some 10s here. We got the oil cooler bolts. Let these just kind of that drain out for a while. There's the gasket that's getting changed. It's leaking. Bottom bolts for the oil pan that go up to the rear cover. See that? This comes with me. Start pulling pan bolts next. Anthony's up front pulling the crankshaft pulley out because the front cover comes off of this engine as well. Okay, we're yanking perimeter bolts out. I've got the bolts for these line brackets removed already and out of the way. I'm just kind of going down the line here. The pan is nearly ready to come off. There's that one up in the hole. Got her. I missed one out back. Neutral drop. And I just stripped out my straight cut gears. This is not race worthy. We're not worthy. Let's see, we got a few out on this other side, but not all the way. Let's get this one here in the corner. Oh, that one didn't make it. There we go. How we doing on the rest of them up front, man?
One here in the corner.
All right, I'm gonna.
Two in the front.
I'll come around to the front side and get them. Traveling on through here. Yeah, that water pump up there has to go away, and a few other items have to come out too to get this front cover off because that's leaking as well. Look at all that oil right here. Bunch of it up here at the sensors. So we're un-oil leaking this this Chevy. This thing, what's holding this on? Is it just snapping on or is it bolted? These used to be bolted. I can't tell.
I think it snaps in.
Yeah, I can't tell. Okay, well I need to unsnap it. Just try pry driving it. I recall they have a bolt, but there also might not be a bolt. I truly don't know.
I don't think there's a bolt.
And it should just slide over and push off, right?
Should.
No, there it is. I
bolt.
found it. There's that flipping thing. It's right there on the side, pointing sideways. Watch this. We'll get it. I'll get it out of there. Whoa! Camera. Almost killed you guys. See that, Anthony?
I did.
That was like the ping pong ball that I caught last night.
That was
there was a foul shot on the ping pong table, and I reached up as the ball was flying past my head, and I just grabbed it out of thin air. Didn't even look at it. I was just like, I moved through the matrix and snatched it out of thin air, and the whole room got silent because it never should have happened that way.
Well, by the way, I challenge anybody to ping pong.
This man will destroy. He knows like voodoo, psycho, matrix spin moves and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I was humbled on a table. Can't do it. Yeah, challenges are being accepted today. The ping pong 500. Ring wrong. Ping pong, ring wrong.
I was playing ping pong in Beijing.
Canceled, racist comments. Oh, the fan's coming down. I forgot we were working.
You don't remember that movie?
I do not think that I saw a film. Beer Fest. Oh, that was a long time ago, man. Beer Fest. All right, how are we doing back here? Do we have to take? We gotta take the cross member out, don't we?
Probably push it up.
Hang on. Let's regroup. Okay, so we pulled the sway bar bracket bolts out and these cross member bolts here. So it's time to pry bar that cross member out. Then the pan should come down. No problem. So let me just get under it here. Whatever. Hang on, I need to pry that side down too. Let me squeeze in here behind you, sir. Does that work? Actually, hang on. You want to go over there? Go ahead and go around. There you go. Go around. Hold that up and I'll pry bar this down. You know, we could have taken this out first.
I mean, we could have.
We could have, but we didn't. Let me pull this stuff down and you can go ahead and extract, sir. Where am I stuck on? You are stuck on an oil pickup tube. It's in there. Is it? Hang on, move your hand. Take this up and you bring that above the sway bar. Bring it back. There you go. That's nasty in there.
They got a good view of that.
Ooh. This one's gross. Yeah, lots of sludge. Cool. So now we got to get this pickup tube off of here and change out the O-ring that's in front of it. What happens on these old Chevys is this O-ring on the pickup tube flattens out up in there. It'll flatten out and then it'll suck air and you'll run low oil pressure and they blow themselves up.
That happened on the, was it the 4.8 that Chevy had?
All the LSs do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 4.8s, 4.6s, 6.2s.
I had an 04 that did that and it spun bearings.
Yeah, they died.
No oil pressure.
I don't know if the 4.3s did it or not. They probably did because it's all similar in design.
It was the small block V8. I think that was the 4.8, right?
Yeah, well, it's the same block, all those displacements. The LS series is the same block size externally, and then they just have different internal dimensions for the most part. I know there's 100 billion different iterations, but overall the 4.8 and the 5.3 would have been the same block. That's a different block casting than the first earlier LSs. This is like a third generation LS. So there's slight differences, but overall they're pretty much kind of the same thing.
But that's exactly what happened. That O-ring that's up inside here.
Yep.
It broke or flattened out, and it was just the oil would come up, and then it would just literally
start sucking air right through there, and the pump's trying to pump air. Fatal flaws. What are you gonna do? Fix them. That's what you do. Okay, switching gears. We're on the top side. BFT's got the water pump removed, and he's pulling this front timing cover as we speak, because this is also covered in sludgy nasty and needs an immediate reseal. What are you doing in there? Oh, that one right there.
Yeah, I know, I gotta get that one out.
It's holding on the ear. Yeah, that bracket's holding your ear. That's what the dealio is. We have a shiny new timing cover right here. It's from Doorman. Doorman. It came with the seal already in it, so it's much easier and cheaper to just change the cover than it is to try to reseal it. There's probably another bolt on the side too.
It's on the side of the cover then.
Yeah.
I was working my way around.
Unplug that nasty connector. The thing's just covered in oil. It's gross. It's our VVT actuator solenoid for the camshaft sprocket. It's all nasty.
Oh,
Clean
nasty.
that up. That's nasty.
That's
yeah, that gets reused. So, fun fact about these 6.2s, we were discussing this yesterday. I believe this bolt on this engine, this is the 6.2, not the 5.3. For some reason, we're going to check the bolt length when this comes out. This bolt is about 1/4 inch shorter than the rest of them. If you put them in the wrong spot, the extra longer bolt will go all the way through like the engine block, and it'll punch a hole in the cylinder wall for that piston.
You said that one?
I think it's that one right there. I believe that's the one. I've never seen this or experienced it before, but I've seen on the interwebs where someone put the wrong bolt through and they busted a hole right through the block. Maybe that's the later generations. This is one of the earlier 6.2s, but that flaw might be there.
You said
It's the one right right below your sensor hole. So there's, yeah, that's the one you're on right there. That's the one.
that one?
Yeah, try that one. Pull that one out. Let's see if that's it.
Come on.
You gotta say unclickage and then it comes out. Or threaten its life. So let's find out. Is that one shorter?
Not that one.
No, not that one. Let's try a different one. That one came from here, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not this particular engine, because I believe that was the culprit bolt. Let's pull the rest of them out, find out. Okay, so he's got all the fasteners out of the cover on this 6.2, and we have determinated
They are all the same.
they're all the same on this particular one. That doesn't mean all of them are like that. It must be a newer generation 6.2. You know, I have a newer generation 6.2 outside in the parking lot. We should check that later on. I'm gonna find the ones that are the bolt breakers.
All of these are the same.
All right, how about that timing chain in there? Can't really tell if it's floppy or not. Yeah, let's see. I don't know about that. Should I put a chain in it or not? We'll determine that later on. So where we're at right now is the teardown phase is complete. And we've been on this for several hours, so I think that I'm gonna go ahead and use this opportunity to close this video out since we're done with teardown. So this can be part 1, and then part 2 is gonna be reseal and reassembly. What do you think about that? That's a good plan. So that being said, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and close this one out right now. Thank you for watching this teardown part 1 of this 6.2 liter 2009 Chevrolet Silverado with oil leaks everywhere. Stay tuned for part 2 where we do the reassembly. Catch you on the next one. Let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And most importantly, check out the Bearded Ford Tech YouTube channel. Link in this video's description, also down below. See you guys later in a video, in a day, in a transmission.